it is still to me mysterious. But there is something that Bob Kane created in Batman that's remained fascinating through 50 years of changes, and there's something very elemental that he captured.
There's a real dark, kind of cultish feel to it. Batman has all this undercurrent going on that's kind of cool.
It's the theme of duality. Batman has two identities. Robin has two identities. The Riddler has two identities.
Certain characters have definitely just become part of American culture. Batman is really something, it's a movie like no other movie. I mean, it really is just this huge event.
It's pure fantasy. You go into it and you know that you're going to be taken on a roller coaster ride, and I think we all love to do that.
Let's start this party with a bang!
My invention beams any TV signal directly into the human brain.
Mind manipulation, tampering with people's brain waves, it just raises too many questions.
What is it about the wrong kind of man?
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
I need a name. Batboy, Nightwing. What's a good sidekick name? Woo!
I will help you solve the greatest riddle of all.
Who is Batman?
As Bruce Wayne, he is a quadrillionaire. Going down. He can do whatever he wants to with his life and chooses to fight psychotics at night dressed as a bat. Batman has a singular objective. He is a one-man SWAT team, whereas Bruce Wayne has the luxury and the hell of trying to figure out how to live like we all do.
If the bat wants to play, we'll play! That could have been the two-word job description, cut loose. He's completely, I guess, over the top. Most of the villains, they have neat costumes, they have magnificent obsessions. You're tempted to use the word gothic, because they're from Gotham. It's fun.
The Riddler is this guy who, he becomes so wrapped up in Bruce Wayne's success that he loses himself completely. Yes. As he goes along, he just gets more and more kind of engulfed in his own greatness, his own brilliance. And, you know, I can certainly understand that.
You're a genius.
Normal thought is no fun to him. It's too mundane, you know, and so everything becomes a game and everything becomes a riddle.
Who would send you a riddle?
The Riddler.
You like strong women. I've done my own work. Or do I need skin-tight vinyl and a whip?
She's a criminal psychologist who just happens to have sort of the perfect blonde hair, the perfect makeup, the red lips, and dressed in sort of tight black sexy dresses.
I don't mind the work. Pity I can't see behind the mask.
We all wear masks.
My life's an open book. You read?
Her obsession is Batman, trying to seduce him. And Bruce Wayne is in love with Chase Meridian. So you have a triangle, although there is really only two people in the love triangle.
Robin is definitely something new.
Who the hell are you?
He's a lot more physical, a lot tougher.
You forgot the part where you kissed the girl.
The storyline is closer to the comic book storyline, which is that he comes from a family of circus performers.
The Flying Graysons!
But after he sees his whole family get killed, he realizes that Batman can help him in what he's trying to do, which is avenge his family's death.
You are totally out of control. You're going to get yourself killed.
I'm a part of this, whether you like it or not.
What we've tried to make with Batman Forever is a living comic book. The comic books were a great source. The use of color, the use of action, the use of storytelling techniques that are so delicious in a comic book. are all there.
Because the comics, especially the Dark Knight series, when you look at the frames, they're like washed in color. And each character has his own coloration. So whenever you were near Riddler's world, everything is washed in a kind of cyberpunk Riddler green.
Like the jacket? It keeps me safe when I'm jogging at night.
When we're in Two-Face's world, everything is washed in reds, whites, and magentas.
I simply love what you've done with this place. Beautiful. Very few people are both a summer and a winter, but you pull it off nicely.
The city itself is, it's a character, kind of neo-huge. A lot of shapes and sculptural styles. There are whole buildings that are shaped as humans. In our story, Gotham is really seen from a lot of different angles.
Camera, action!
We opened this world way up. So we went to Pan-Asia Town. You go over what we call the bridge area of Gotham. The idea of Gotham, in the scale of it, is to give it a kind of 600-story scale, about 3 times the size of New York.
Some of the images for Batman were so vast in scale that it was impractical to build them as miniatures, and it was impractical to create them as matte painting. In that case, we used a computer-generated city, and it's critical in order to be able to get this scale.
It's kind of like a real city, but you know, these buildings have things added onto them, and it's a kind of a strange reality.
I really wanted this time to build a Batcave, to have a real big Batcave. You know, you could see the car come up, somebody get out of the car, walk over to the crime lab, walk over to the wardrobe room, and Alfred's crime lab. The thing that was important in building the Batcave was to have the rock cave look, but to also add architecture into it.
What do you suggest, Alfred? By sea? Or by air?
I love that aspect of movies, just the idea that somebody writes a notion down and suddenly, you know, 50 different artists are working on 50 different aspects of it, and you get there and there's this mountainous set.
The sets are one of the stars of the movie.
With effects and stunt movie like this, the storyboards become a very important tool for Joel to be able to get across, especially to the stuntman. I'm going to have him come down here, fall over here, the car's going to run over there, and so they can help work out a choreography.
I think the only thing that doesn't happen to Batman is he's never covered in lava, but I'm buried alive, I'm drowned, I'm in a vat of acid, and fly from a helicopter.
Hang on, Batty!
It was one of the few times I thought, oh, that's why he has 40 pounds of rubber around him, dangling and crashing through glass. It felt like what it looked like, I'm sure. And I kiss a girl, too, which was tough. That required the most takes. I never could get it right, and I'd have to apologize, and we'd have to do it over and over again.
Val and I just happen to get along really well on screen.
Good night, please. Midnight.
We have to kiss a lot in the movie. I mean, poor me.
Well, I wish I could say that my interest in you was purely professional.
When we could take the time to do the perfectionist thing, it was great. But also when we were working with the special effects, I mean, the fact is I could only do one take. You know, it took 3 hours to set up each time. So, you know, I'd go to them afterwards and I say, yeah, I think we got something good there, but, you know, could we try it a different way? No. It's over, Jim. Go home.
Was that over the top? I can never tell. Background.
Joel is the perfect person to direct a film like this because he's so just easygoing and fun, and knows how to keep the atmosphere light. He gets everyone involved. He's always talking to everyone on the set, getting every crew member involved, and making everyone, you know, letting everyone know that they're important, so everyone takes a pride in what they're doing.
I need to have a very relaxed fun atmosphere to work in. I like a lot of harmony. I like a very wide open set in the sense that anyone can suggest anything.
What we try to do on the day of work is to do something in the moment, in the midst of all the technical things that goes beyond just hitting your mark.
Hot entrance.
The car took on a look that went much more into the kind of organicness of a bat, you know, where it had a sense of ribs on the side, which I really wanted, because the ribs of the bat are really unusual looking. And then adding the sense of underlighting, so it almost had a breathing quality to it. The bat toys were probably some of the most fun things to do, because it was fun coming up with just whatever idea you could have. Chris Ross sat and made these amazing prototypes, and they all worked. Things like the bat bolo, when he throws it, can grab the thug's legs, tie him up, and hold him until the police get there. Everything is designed to reflect a wing.
Hang on.
Whether it's the torch that opens up to look like a wing. The batarangs go through many stages. We have the throwing batarang. We have a high-tech batarang that has a homing device on it.
Exactly.
Then we have the batarang gun, which is on his arm, which is a series of tiny little batarangs.
Robin gets to borrow some of the cool toys. He got to borrow the bat boat. He stole the Batmobile for a little while. But I think that, you know, the more time he puts in, the more gadgets he's going to get.
He might eventually, if he's good.
Jim worked with a man who teaches you tricks with a cane.
I busted so many canes. These canes were like being eaten up on the hour, every hour. I need another cane. Send another 5 canes over. It's like people come over to my house and just go, look out! Duck, the cane would come flying over their heads. It was really a lot of fun when it became part of the character, when I could forget about it.
I hope we were able to recreate the experience of reading those comics and that great feeling you had when you rode your bicycle to the store to buy that current issue.
With a Batman movie, there's so much speculation over who's going to be in it and who's going to be playing what. So I've never been in a movie like that before, and it's exciting.
I remember watching the first Batman and thinking, this is huge, this is amazing, I love this stuff. You know, and now to be part of it, part of the lore, is kind of cool.
Before we started shooting, I thought, this is going to be the most arduous task of my life. But it was the most fun I've ever had.
Kids would come onto the set and I would want to be Batman for them because it was so much fun to see their eyes and their total concentration, but nothing I did mattered. They weren't interested in my voice or stuff, just the image.
People really like Batman. What can you say? It's been around for a long time. It's a classic. It stood the test of time.